What is going on, beautiful people? My name is Betsam, and this is going to be the UFC Rio full card breakdown and prediction. As you can see by the background here, I'm not in my home right now. I am away traveling, but that doesn't mean that we're going to miss out on giving out some absolutely fire picks. We're going to start at the bottom of the card, work our way to the top. I will place some timestamps in there. Let's get into it. The first fight of the night is going to be Luan Lacerda taking on Saimon Oliveira. Guys, this is a low-level matchup here in the bantamweight division. Saimon Oliveira 0-3 in the UFC. Luan Lacerda 0-2 in the UFC. I do like the danger factor that I've seen in the fights from Luan Lacerda. You see that Lacerda, went out there and fought Ricky Simone, had a decent showing of himself, went out there against Cody Stamann, another decent showing. On the other side, when I watch Saimon Oliveira, he looks progressively worse and worse. So I'm going to say that Luan Lacerda is going to be my pick. As far as a bet goes, I'm giving this one a deep wide. We're absolutely going to move away from this one. I'm not going to be giving it a play at all. So we're going to move up the line here. Very quick on the first fight. It's going to be Luan Lacerda. I think he wins this fight inside the distance. I do not like Saimon Oliveira, but confidence level low, just given the lack of strength of schedule from either of them and the fact that they're 0-5 inside the UFC together. There's nothing really to fall back on for confidence level on this one. Then we have Julia Polastri taking on Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Guys, and I could be butchering her name. I do struggle to say these Polish names, so, if I get them wrong and you're from Poland or that part of the world, let me know in the comment section. But Julia Polastri here, I think she's the A side. She's almost a decade younger than Karolina Kowalkiewicz here. She's shown to be aggressive. She's shown to be durable. I like everything that's coming from Polastri, including the hometown advantage here, being Brazilian and fighting in Brazil here in Rio. So I'm going to take Julia Polastri here. High confidence pick. I do believe she's probably parlay safe. The only thing that I'm uncertain about is whether or not she finds a finish or wins by 30-27. So I don't know if a Julia Polastri minus 3.5 point spread is the play. But other than that, I do think she probably wins this fight by decision. A finish is on the cards, though, as well, if she gets into a dominant position and is able to land some decent ground and pound. Then we have Lucas Rocha taking on Australia's Stewart Nicoll. And a lot of people are going to say this is a biased pick because everybody assumes New Zealand is Australia. Well, guess what? We're not. I'm from New Zealand, not Australia. I'm picking the Australian here, Stewart Nicoll, to defeat Lucas Rocha. I really think that Lucas Rocha is heavily undersized for this division, and I really liked what I saw up until the point where Stewart Nicoll lost against Jesus Aguilar. I think that prior to that, he was doing very well. People want to talk about, you're struggling with the pressure of Jesus Aguilar. He stayed defensively responsible. He ended up in a dominant position, and then Jesus Aguilar jumped guillotine. I like Stewart Nicoll to go out here, impose his will, utilizing the grappling. I think he gets on top of Lucas Rocha, makes it ugly, makes it nasty, and probably wins this fight via ground and pound. So give me Stewart Nicoll to win this fight inside the distance. I do not respect what's coming back from Lucas Rocha, despite him being an aggressive striker. I think Stewart Nicoll is going to get it done and notch himself his first UFC W on enemy territory. Then we have Mesquita taking on Irina Alekseeva. Guys, this is a matchup where I did no tape study on Mesquita, and if you want to call me a casual in the comments, go all you do. Irina Alekseeva, she's a fighter that has absolutely underwhelmed me at every point in turn. You watch her fight, it is lackluster to say at best. They talk about her accolades, being a Sambo world champion, all the rest of it. She is underwhelming to a fault, and I think that she just looks like she really doesn't take this game seriously at this point. I expect her to go out here and be a sacrificial lamb for Mesquita. This girl looks the part. She's coming in here, heavily decorated jiu-jitsu player. She looks fantastic, looks in great shape. She's fighting in Brazil, debut here. I expect this to be a shining moment for her. As far as a bet goes, I probably am just going to wait because we got to see Mesquita beat somebody of UFC caliber. And even if she defeats Irina Alekseeva here, it's really not going to do too much for me. But Mesquita should win this fight by submission if you're just looking at on paper. So give me Mesquita to go out here and win this fight by submission. No bet from me, though. Then we have Vitro Petrino versus Thomas Peteresen. And this is a fight where I'm looking to target some action. I like Vitro Petrino in this matchup here. I've been very vocal about it. He is the slam of the week this week. I think that he goes out here and puts Thomas Peteresen away. I expect him to win by either some vicious hooks, or getting on top and either grounding, pounding, or submitting Thomas Peteresen. I think he's the better specimen in this matchup. I think that he is going to be the fresher fighter. He's definitely the better physical athlete. Some people talked about his chin concerns, his IQ concerns. We have seen him be put away by Dustin Jacoby. We've seen him by guillotined by Anthony Smith. But if you were taking Thomas Peteresen to defeat either of those fighters, I would also question your logic as well. So I'm going to take Vitro Petrino here. I really don't respect what Thomas Peteresen has to offer. And I think that people are overvaluing his ability to get things done in the heavyweight division as well. I'd really like to see Vitro Petrino in his last matchup against Austin Lane. It was the physical attributes that I saw from him there. The way he was able to ragdoll Lane. I liked everything I saw. So give me Vitro Petrino, high confidence pick. I think he goes out here, wins this fight inside the distance. Then we have Jafel Filho taking on Clayton Carpenter. This is a bit of a community divide. If you guys haven't seen, Jafel Filho is Jacob from We Want Picks Underdog Lock of the Week. Angelo, Big Ange, he's on Clayton Carpenter here. So you got the boys divided. And I guess if I was going to be one to pick it, I would say I'm also leaning towards Clayton Carpenter to win here. I like everything that I see from him here. The wildness from Jafel Filho does scare me a little bit. And the fact that he's fighting in Brazil, I think that he's going to be a heavily motivated individual. But Clayton Carpenter is a cool, calm, collected customer here. And I can see him, overwhelming Jafel Filho in the striking. And I could see him putting him away with either a knockout or winning this by unanimous decision. So Clayton Carpenter is going to be my pick. I haven't bet on it yet just because, Jafel Filho is a motivated Brazilian in Brazil. He is dangerous, so there is that aspect of his game. He could pull off a strange submission or something like that. So Clayton Carpenter is going to be the pick. I haven't laid money on it as of yet. Then we have Lucas Almeida versus Michael Aswell. Guys, I've gone back and forth on this one a few times. Ultimately, after weigh-ins here, I'm locking my pick in on Michael Aswell Jr. I think that he can pressure Lucas Almeida here, get the hands going, and honestly, a round 2 or 3 finish is on the table as well. Michael Aswell is going to come in here, put a pace on him, put the pressure on him, and unless Lucas Almeida is able to establish some respect by landing some heavy, damaging shots early, I think that Michael Aswell could run away with this fight. And, I don't like that we've seen Lucas Almeida be pressured and struggle with that before, and that's the game of Michael Aswell. So, I'm going to take Michael Aswell here, and I think I'm going to put some official action on as well as soon as I finish up here. Then we have Ricardo Ramos taking on Kaan Ofli. Guys, this is the Brazilian Ricardo Ramos here taking on Australia's Kaan Ofli. Kaan Ofli unable to get it done at a UFC level just yet. Ricardo Ramos, mixed success in the UFC. He's able to win some, lose some. He's looked bad at points. He's looked like he's dangerous at other points. He's got spinning attacks. He's got submissions. Ultimately, though, he is a big favorite here against Kaan Ofli, and I cannot justify the price tag with how inconsistent he's looked. So I'm going to say that the value is on Kaan Ofli. I'm going to pick Ricardo Ramos here. A bit of a wishy-washy pick from me here, but But honestly, guys, I really do think that the underdog value, if you're talking about dogs barking, Kaan Ofli could be one of them. The dude is compact in stature, and he could get on top of Ricardo Ramos and just ride out rounds in top control. We've seen Ricardo Ramos give up, time spent on the mat before. We've seen him be dusted up down there. So Kaan Ofli is probably going to be the value side here. I'm going to pick Ricardo Ramos, but no bet from me in this matchup. Then we have Jhonata Diniz taking on Mario Pinto. Guys, Mario Pinto was a favorite. He switched to an underdog here. A lot of people are on the Jhonata Diniz train here. I am not. I'm going with Mario Pinto, man. I think that this dude could absolutely be something in the division. He looks technically proficient, and he looks noticeably more improved in each time out. I really like what I'm seeing from Mario Pinto. He looks very coachable. He sounds like he's dedicated to this game. So give me Mario Pinto to go out here, defeat Jhonata Diniz, and I think he can put him away, man. I think he can be the first guy, to really put him out. And I'm not talking about, ground and pound stoppage. I'm talking about knocking this man out. So give me Mario Pinto to win this fight by knockout. Let's go. A dog pick for me there, and I'm excited for it. Then we have Joel Alvarez taking on Vicente Luque. I was lying in bed thinking about this fight last night, and ultimately, guys, I am taking Joel Alvarez, and I do even think that he finds a finish, but I think the value is on this fight to go a little long. How about fights to start round 2 or fights to go over 1.5 rounds, depending on your book, I'm taking Joel Alvarez here. He's looked dangerous. He looks huge up at welterweight. If you guys have watched the weigh-ins here, Joel Alvarez, he doesn't look like a small welterweight. 6'3", big fella. He's going to still be packing plenty of size, plenty of wallop. He's got submissions. Lighter man skill, too, you could argue, So I'm going to take Joel Alvarez here to win this fight. I think he wins it by round 2 or 3 finish. Then we have Figgy, a.k.a. Davison Figueiredo, taking on Montel Jackson. And guys, Davison Figueiredo is the god of war. He was the tyrant. He was the absolute destroyer of worlds down at flyweight. not up here at bantamweight. He hasn't been able to put it together at bantamweight. When he was fighting those fringe fighters, he was able to break his way through, utilize his grappling, make things happen. When he's broken into the top 5, he hasn't made it happen. And the big question that people have been having is Montel Jackson that level of fighter? I'm here to tell you that I think he is. I think that he is a veteran of his own right here. He's a little bit younger, but he is hungry as hell. He wants to get that money. You know, Deiveson Figueiredo, he's seen that paper. He's already seen that championship money. Montel Jackson, it ain't sweet yet, you know, freaking 9, 10, 11 fights in the UFC. Shit still ain't sweet for Montel Jackson. He needs more dollars. He hasn't been fighting and getting these big paychecks, and a win over somebody the likes of Deiveson Figueiredo is exactly what he needs to be able to, you know, start lining those checks with more paper. So give me Montel Jackson to go out here, defeat Deiveson Figueiredo, and I think he puts a damn stamp on it. I think he finishes this man inside of Brazil. Give me Montel Jackson to win this fight by knockout, baby. All right, that was a bit corny. Let's move on from that. Then we have the main event. We got Charles Oliveira, everybody's favorite, taking on Mateusz Gamrot. Guys, get ready to hit that unsubscribe button. I'm taking Mateusz Gamrot to win this fight by knockout. I do believe that Charles Oliveira's chin is absolute dust, and I believe that Gamrot hits harder than people think. You watch Dan Hooker versus Mateusz Gamrot. Gamrot can hit hard, man. This dude can swing and bang. And Charles Oliveira's always been a take one to give one type of striker. His hands are up, but he always eats those shots. You know, he's walking forward, then he fires back. And the older he's getting, I think the more reactive he's going to look. Give me Mateusz Gamrot to chin Charles Oliveira in Rio, upset the fandom, go out there, shoot his shot, and escalate himself to the top tier of the lightweight division. Guys, that is the breakdown. It was smooth, it was swift, it was over and done with. If you want to see where I'm putting my money down, not just my words, you can sign up to We Want Picks Premium. The link is in the description. WeWantPicks.com/BetSam for all my bets and many other tools. Code BetSam for 10% off. Thank you for watching. Let's make some money.